Okay, I'm just going to do a quick walk around here. Got dual exhaust coming out the back here, if you can see it. Just brand new dual exhaust. I put on it. This rear door folds down, or you grab it by a different handle inside. It comes out like a barn door, I guess. So it opens both ways. You roll the window all the way down, and there's two ways to open this this tailgate here. I haven't washed this or anything. Down kind of the passenger side here, as you can see, this was the guy that had it before. The guy I bought it from had painted this. Really beautiful job, and they went and they cut and buffed it, so it is just super smooth. Problem is, as you can see, they either did a really bad job with application of the clear coat, base coat, clear coat. Clear coat's been coming off of that. Body is just super straight. The paint was just, I mean, it's a polished paint underneath, and it's just, if you look at it, it's really nice. And this, I haven't washed this at all. Paint was really good on it. It just, I think they did a bad job, or maybe when they cut and buff, they went down too much through the clear coat or something. So that's this total shame about this. It had a beautiful paint job that's just ruined. It's got the Vistacruiser window on top. It's got the luggage rack. All that stuff is there, not damaged or anything like that. All the clear coats got off the hood here. Interior, it's there, but it's I've got a carpet for it in the back. These are not the original seats, but the front seats here are both redone. This one right here is just identical to the one over there. I bought them from a guy that I worked with that had them recovered, but they're out of a GMA body, so that's what this is. So they fit in just right. The back seats, I've got those. Got them taken out right now, but the seat covering on the back is just non-existent there. It needs those being to be recovered, or I was going to put them in and cover them with a Indian blanket or something like that. No headliner. I checked in the headliners, so what I did was just shot it with some bed covering, you know, the spray-on bed covering. It's got behind the cover there, you can kind of see the latch right there. So it's got a hidden compartment there. And then right under here between the wheel wells is a third row seat. It folds down into the floor. So, come through. It's got, oh, what the heck are those? Kind of the torque thrust wheels on them. They're an aftermarket wheel. I bought them from a guy when I put it together. It's going to need new rear tires because those both are dry rotted. So the back tires are dry rotted. I put a rear axle out of a 69 Chevelle in it, so it's got a 10 bolt 8.5 or 8.25 inch rear 10 bolt rear axle, 256 gears, open gears, everything looks good, new oil and everything in there. Here's the swapped in a LS series engine. This is out of a 2005 Chevy 2500 3/4 ton, so it's the 6-liter. It's got the automatic overdrive, computer controlled, that was in the truck. It was a 2-wheel drive truck. This all slid in there. I bought the mounts, the adapter mounts for it. I've got the manifolds out of a 02 Camaro, and then all new exhaust out the bottom. I finished that I think last summer. Put all that together. Ran new fuel line to it, so in the fuel tank I put the original fuel pump, mounted it down in the tank. I used the right hose. It's the hose that you can immerse into fuel, and the wire is a wire that can be immersed into fuel, so that's done right. Got new fuel line routed around here and then down through along the frame rail. So it's an in-tank fuel pump, the original out of the truck, up to here. Let me think what to do. I had to get a different size pulley for the power steering because it would interfere with the power steering box down here. So it's got clearance there. New belt on it. The alternator is the original one. I've got that I'll send with it a high amp, high output, brand new alternator. I think this is 105 amp. The one I've got is 130 amp. I bought a new battery for it about October of 2018, so that's only been in here. I've got the computer down in there. There's the the fuse panel. I had the wiring harness for the engine. Took it to a guy and had him cut it down. So it's like the standalone system. So you can, and then he put a different fuse panel on there, and then there's a couple leads coming off of that. So it's kind of a standalone system. So it's using the original ECM that controls the transmission, the engine. He eliminated the need for a downstream O2 sensor. It's got the O2 sensors just down from the manifold for the fuel injection to work. Let's see what else. The fuel or the pressure lines for the power steering, that works good. Cooling fans out of a Ford Aerostar van, I think. And it's got the electric fans on that. Let's see what else. It's got the drive-by-wire throttle, so I've got the original throttle pedal mounted inside. I'll show you that here. Let's see. I've got an original the air draft tube, so it's nice and quiet, but it does have the open element air cleaner. Let's see, some block-off plates for the air injection system that was on the emissions for the car. Those are blocked off. On the cooling system, I did the modification for the cylinder head vapor lines, they call it, I think, coming off there, and I've got it routed back into the water pump. So those air bubbles and stuff develop in the cylinder heads, bleed off through these lines, and I've got it teed over here, and it just pulls it right back into the water pump, so it deals with that. That's a common modification. I put a Holley, what do you call it, oil pan, one of their swap oil pans in there, so that it's the right one. It fits the frame and all that for the A-body. Let's see, let's go back over here. Front end's all there. There's the throttle pedal. I just got it manual in there so I could drive it or start it up. Let's see if this thing starts up. Let's see here. Okay, not sure where her phone cut off with the last video, but I'm gonna fire this thing up. So what I do is I'll turn on the key, and we should be able to hear the pump running. So I'll cycle it a couple times. It's been a while since I started this. It started really good. So I'll cycle the key. You should hear the pump run for a couple seconds. Like 3 seconds, okay. Cycle it again. Okay, so it should have enough fuel and everything up there. None of the gauges work because they're manual gauges. It's got there's nothing from the engine hooked up to the gauges, so I never got to that part. But it fires up. Okay. Runs really well. The engine had like 80,000 miles on it. and it's fired up. I mean, we drove it off of the trailer and all that, so. Everything's in good shape. There's some kind of some surface rust there. On the other side, pinholes and stuff right there. Body had been, again, when I got it, paint was just beautiful. Body nice and super straight. Buffed out paint, cut and buffed paint. I did find some little, it's right there. I'm not sure if it's some little rust holes or something there. And I think there was one. No. It's kind of starting to pop up right there underneath that trim. But it's got all the trim. I got a couple extra pieces of trim. All the seats are there. All that sort of stuff. So all that would go with. So, alright, nothing wrong with it. Well, the glass does have one crack in it on the inside. This is safety glass, so one of the inside ones has got a crack on the inside, but not the outside. So, other than that, everything else is good. You can kind of see the residue even from the paint where they painted it. There's that. So, so yeah, that's what it is. It's a shame the paint happened to the paint, but body's nice and straight. I don't think any body work would have to be done. Just repaint or drive it like that. So everything's really good. Rear window works off the key switch here. There's a rocker on the dash that doesn't work off that. I did a couple times, so I don't know if we got some bad contacts. I just hadn't had time to get to it. Got a little monkey there watching this. Power windows, those work. So yeah, that's what it is.